Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northernlion, Place of Binding of Isaac AFTERBIRTH Plus, where we're honestly just in the groove right now. Pretending to snap my fingers because I'm not very good at snapping them to begin with. Oh boy, we have 1 damage. No, we have 1 rate of fire and 0.69 damage. So if you want to get the DPS on this, ignoring knockback, by the way, here's our seed, 1J7CKXEJ, ignoring knockback, you just multiply it basically by 10, which is where you normally would be for Isaac. So we're kind of at the equivalent of 10 rate of fire, 6.9 damage, which, I mean, first off, obviously is the magic number, but secondarily is actually really, really great. Now, you gotta subtract a little bit for the fact that, you know, you do get this knockback, so it's a lot harder to land the shots to begin with. And there's problems. One big problem is that probably the easiest way to improve your DPS on an average run is by getting your rate of fire increased, which is not possible for us. Rotten Baby, also pretty terrible. In conjunction with flies that do, I don't know, 1.3 damage basically. So I'm not feeling super stoked about that, but everything else that we got going on here is pretty great. Or at least not discouraging. Great might not be the term I would use, but there's no reason to be like, oh no, it's soy milk, we're screwed. Not yet, anyway. If there is a problem, it definitely will be related to the fact that it's tough for our rate of fire. And by tough, I mean impossible for our rate of fire to scale at all. But if you just, you know, try to push that out of the back of your mind, remember you got HP and good opportunities to maybe get good tier effects on deals with the devil and other, you know, areas of the game that you might encounter. I think you realize things are okay right now. I think it's very, very important, if possible, make our first shop pay out with something worthwhile. Certainly blank card and then a playing card. What? We've had this before, but I never remember. If we press spacebar, do we just explode? Does the computer try to delete itself? Because the idea, I mean, you can figure it out for yourself. Blank card uses whatever's in our card slot, which is question mark card, which doubles the use of our spacebar item, which is blank card. So it hits question mark card twice, and then you get the idea. It's kind of like you got like a runaway issue there. So this is not the card we're looking for, but you know, it's not negative necessarily, because we can use this. I mean, if we get a better card, we can just use the question mark card to get tons of, well, a couple extra effects at least out of our existing one. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa, that's really cool. Okay, so I mean, it sucks also because we just got teleported, but really, does blank card, question mark card, it's like an Easter egg that it teleports you to the I Am Error room. That's funny. Also, again, terrible. Because now we've missed out on our deal with the devil and a floor's worth of item rooms and etc., etc. But as bad as that is, we can make up for it. That's hilarious. As bad as this is, we can make up for it by getting error rooms on every floor from this point onwards. So trust me, if there's one floor you don't want to miss in the game, it's the one that's the easiest floor where you can get a deal with the devil. So I don't love that we missed that. We also missed out on an easy item room, assuming we could get a key, which is very likely. But in theory, you know, being able to get an error room every single floor, by the time we reach the end of the game, and it's even more reusable. We left blank card. It only gets to be used once. Never mind. Okay, goodbye. That's still cool, though. I'll never remember it because it's such a niche synergy, but I'll cherish this video always. Unless we lose. Either way. Okay, so we're actually in a little bit more tight then. We need a couple of important things. We definitely have to go to our item rooms, and that's pretty much par for the course, but we want to go to our shops as well. One of the things we got on that error room was just a buttload of money. 44 coins, or 44 cents. leaving us in a very, very steady position, financially speaking. Guaranteed to get a deal with the devil here. What do we want? Basically just raw damage. Piercing shots would also be pretty nice, I think. Survivability, just to give us a larger window before things get truly terrifying. Wouldn't say no. But for now, you know, beggars can't really be choosers. I would like to mostly just have access to our item room, if possible. Well, we'll try this first. Generally speaking, Dark One is not a difficult boss. The fight will probably be pretty long, but it shouldn't be too tough for us to avoid taking damage. The only real danger is getting caught under him, and apart from that, the only danger is knockback. But actually, the knockback is doing a good job of resetting his position to the opposite side of the screen of us. So I feel okay about this. But, I mean, it's becoming relatively clear, I'm assuming, that you definitely, like, we're going to need some damage on this run. I'm trying to hold strength, the idea being, you know, we could use it for a free deal with the devil on the next floor. Dude, even, like, it seems so minor, but even hive minds, our flies are never going to be, like, stellar for us, but probably never. I don't know. If we could find a way to multiply our damage by a factor of 5, which is... I walked on the spikes. I got hit, but then I also walked on the spikes. Definitely should have popped the strength card. We have a 1% chance right now. And now the run has gone from happy-go-lucky, we're in a good position, to like, this is actually dire. This is terrifying. Within the context of Isaac, at least. So, speed upgrade useful. Just, you know, be cool. There's nothing really to fear just yet. The fear can set in later. We have many ways out of this. It just, you know, in the throes of panic, it might seem like we don't. But we do. Pause button is a big one. Pause button plus orbital, no complaints. Definitely, you know, I was making sure I was hedging my bets on when to take that. Now, just deep down in my bones, I resent any run that gave us something cool but at great expense. Like, I went out, and I'm actually happy it's in the game still, but that error room, I'm like, who knows what kind of butterfly effect that's going to have over the course of the entire run so far. But in the end, suppose I do have to accept that I'm the one who took damage on the Dark One fight. I'm the one who chose not to use the strength card, and, you know, it's that kind of adversity that you got to be able to overcome if you're going to be able to get some streaks going. So I'm just staying calm for now. Being cool. This is a pretty bad room. And that was a very, very lucky dodge. Doing a really terrible job of focusing a single enemy down. If this room doesn't drop a key, I'm gonna lose my mind. Thankfully, we didn't get hit there. Why? I'm a little annoyed that Rotten Baby's flies are targeting an enemy on the other side of the planet, but, you know. Okay. Thank you. Well deserved, but thank you. And it's not even greed. We need a Spirit Heart. Do we need Spider Bomb? No. We also did lose Blank Card, which is like a pretty major loss. Definitely. There's a case where Placebo could be useful at 7 cents, but I don't think this is it. I will take Mom's key. We need the keys to begin with, and then, you know, chess being better, you never know, I guess. It's close. BFF is also amazing and was half price, but red candle, static damage up. Well, static damage dealer, I should say. So I really feel like just that alone has gotten us back in the saddle here. And then I don't even remember what you are. I think you make creep. Think you make widows. Oh, what the heck am I doing here? Blank card question mark. Wonderful room. Okay. Well, plenty of positives, plenty of negatives as we move on here. Red candle is an unbelievably good item. We could theoretically win just by stacking up red hearts. I gotta say, on a soy milk run, some of those angel items start to look a little bit more appealing, to be honest. Particularly, consider something like Holy Light. So, little Spewer, I don't know how much it's helping, but at the very least, it should do a pretty decent job of handling smaller enemies that are rushing us. Like silkworms, for example. These guys are pretty tanky, so I'm not sweating it. Red Candle is insanely great, but it does... I mean, there's rooms where it's great, and there's rooms where it's just okay. Single targets that are largely stationary, like this is a perfect little Spewer room, I think. I'll tell you, there's like a rule of thumb in Isaac. Lost my nerve to even finish the sentence. There's like a rule of thumb in Isaac that's very, very simple. And it's basically like the harder it is for you to kill enemies, the easier it is for you to die. And I mean, I'm holding a lot of hope, and I'm also holding my breath. Because I'm like, it is hard for us to kill enemies. Oh my word. Thank God. Oh my God, how are we still alive? Finally, like a relatively easy room. Thank you. And let's not even touch on the fact that, like, we also want to get our deal with the devil, which is a freaking pipe dream right now, but... you know, if it works, we'd love it. Even, I hate to say it because the run, you know, being on 1 HP would be dangerous as well. One way to win this run is 12 HP, and preferably, like, placenta even. And then one way to win this run is 9 lives. But 9 lives is going to be a little touchier right now. Everything about this run is touchy. So it's just separating them one by one, hitting them with the candle rouge, and then praying to God that what just happened happens again, where we get a bunch of red hearts just to keep us alive. Good enough. We will not win this run without some form of damage unless we get incredible cheese. And I'm not talking about the smoked Gouda at your local grocer. It worked. Oh my God. Please. Stem cells. You know, I'm never gonna say bad things about an HP upgrade in this kind of context, so... I am happy with it. Like, we can trace so much of this run back to one fateful decision. And it's weird, but it's taken blank card. Normally, I mean, actually, the decision was really using blank card with question mark card. Dude, we're like, Roald Amundsen right now. Exploring the Arctic and Antarctic regions. Not knowing if he's gonna return. Best case scenario, you know my dude's gonna be cold. Worst case scenario, you know you and all your crew are gonna get locked in the ice and never return. That's where we're at right now, to be honest with you. We've been punished with blank card, question mark card. We learned something though. It was in the spirit of academia that we did it in the first place. And then you know what? We also have soy milk. Just adding another Ava DuVernay style wrinkle in time. So I opted not to use strength for now, because I really feel like we're only like 2 red candles away from success. Now, I'm not going to take any risks when it comes to using these. And we should, or we are going to get a deal with the devil. Highly deserved, by the way. Another HP upgrade. We're taking them both. Shoot these first, just in case. So, I may not want to see 9 lives yet. Duality is fine. In fact, Incubus is also, I mean, is double damage, but also a lot of knockback. We were recently talking about, like, the the fact that we'd actually like to have deals with the Angel, I think, so that we have a chance to get Oh Holy Light, the stars are brightly shining. So, not as nice to have Little Spewer when you have another enemy that creates creep, but this creep is bad for you. So be it. How much longer can we survive under these conditions? Ooh, not long. Incubus helps, but not against those enemies. Bob's Brain will probably lead to our demise. It's hard to see the takeability in this item. Beautiful. The Spirit Heart is precious. It's hard to see the takeability in Bob's Brain when we have a very similar but much low-risk active item in Red Candle. I mean, just think about it. Like, it does damage to enemies in a big way. However, dude, Mom's Chest has been so clutch. Thank you to the people who've been tweeting me, hey, you underrate Mom's Chest. Whether or not it's true, you put that item on my radar for today, and it's helping out in a big way, like, immediately. Like, this is a big room. Anyway. Bob's Brain, it's just so likely to lead to us taking damage. Whereas Red Candle, you know, it has a large cooldown in between its uses, but we control when we use it, and I don't think there's any way it can backfire. Maybe you could accidentally shoot it at an enemy that explodes, but you could do that without having Red Candle or Bob's Brain as well, so I don't know if it really counts. Yo, lucky us. Oh, still lucky us, but this shop could be pretty important for us too. We can't get Skeleton Key. Would we like to? I mean, of course, right? We really, I mean, I know it's tricky. We can't really afford to take damage on this room. Had to wait for our moment. We can't afford to take damage on any room where the damage is extremely preventable. Or even, like, modestly preventable. As you've seen, I'll be level with you, we're pretty much... It's been a preternatural performance to stay alive this far. And I'm proud of myself, but also I would be lying if I didn't say there was a little bit of luck and or variance involved at some degree there. You know, enemy goes left instead of going right. It goes right twice in a row, it kills us. Instead, it goes left twice in a row, and, you know, we're standing in front of you having gotten a deal with the devil that, you know, was maybe a bit of a low percentage roll. We're also, and I almost broke that rule right there, we're not really using our orbital aggressively, which I think is serving us extremely well. It's going to take a while. In fact, this run in general might take a long, long time. But if it takes, you know, an hour, it takes an hour. I'd rather it take an hour than take 21 minutes right now, if you get what I mean. What does he mean? If we took 21 minutes, that probably infers that we would be dead. Or implies that we would be dead. It's a bad bomb. We want it here. Sure. Every chest is a gift at this point. We do want Spirit Hearts out of golden... Or we want Spirit Hearts out of tinted rocks, but... If they pay 7 cents, and the 7 cents allows us to buy a Spirit Heart and a half on a shop, that's cool too. Really looking for, and there it is, the shop. Oh, Lord. Very nearly got hit. Okay. Spirit Heart is a no-brainer. Sackboy is a no-brainer. We're building this run from the ground up in our own image. Okay, I'm not going to buy the Spirit Heart, but only because we got the 15 cents. You know, I do definitely think that there's, pardon me, there's options is pretty important. We want HP. What do we not want? Tears upgrades. We see a Tears upgrade, now we can take something else. That doesn't happen too often. HP is important, damage is important. Utility, we'll have to, you know, evaluate at runtime. Actually, even this, and I was surprised to get hit there, don't get me wrong, but even this is a situation where there's options is useful for us. As useful, and I genuinely think on a run where, oh, let's go. On a run where you don't have that much HP, wow, it's either cube of meat or a range upgrade. Okay, never mind. So what I was saying a whole bunch of nice things, but I was gonna say, like, you know, getting an HP or a damage upgrade or something like that would be much better than getting a second level cube of meat over a zero or a first level cube of meat. But then you gave me a range upgrade as the other option, and all of that goodwill has been thusly squandered. Pop up. I gotcha. This might be the most important floor in the game for us up to this point. Let's go. We desperately, we have a good chance of a deal with the devil. We desperately want / almost certainly need to carry that percentage chance. I don't think we need the deal with the devil to survive, but it would help out. Because if we got to deal with the devil, that means we get to deal with the angel thanks to duality, and we're taking whatever we can get from that. Shop will not have greed, and again is very likely to be useful for us as a result of our finances, which I appreciate greatly. The shops have been unbelievably helpful. That was bad. Never mind, we're a genius. What? Knocked him into the wall, where he could no longer be hit. Bad room. Quite a bad room indeed. Some of the enemies died there. I heard it. With a sigh, their wick was extinguished. No, he shot to the side. It's like he knew the red candle shot was going to come right down the gut. I have played up I've exaggerated 0% of this run. The entire run has been like mission critical. You know what? Pyro would be another pretty amazingly useful item. I'm trying to find any path for circumvention right now. Okay, Hive Mind we talked about. Could be useful. Dead Sparrow, I'm not in the position to be making enemies right now, so sure. I really wanted that to be a 2 of diamonds. I will take Hive Mind. I don't think it's that great, but I think it's helpful. And I'm not turning up. I mean, this is literally our first damage upgrade, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. But I guess if you count this as a damage upgrade, you have to count Incubus, even though it's way back in the rotation, or the orbital rotation. And I guess you'd have to count even second level cube of meat, but you know what I mean. It's our most consistent damage upgrade thus far, perhaps by far. Even if it only makes our flies do, I don't know, 3 damage. You lived through that, huh? Both of you? And then I just threaded the needle? Oh my god. Oh, dude, this is a run, man. This is great. I'm having an exhilarating time. I'm not being sarcastic. Iron sharpens iron, okay? Strong sailors are not made by calm waters. And these are choppy waters, baby. I don't know. We might get shipwrecked, but if we make it back to shore, we're getting the promotion. That's all I'm trying to say. And still, I would say we're kind of bereft of a real win condition. I'm hopeful that this floor is going to change that. Even just like some mapping. No? Possibly here. Like an Eternal Heart is too good to pass up, but, you know, is also not becoming of us to spend 15 bombs, because we need those for combat under a lot of circumstances as well. Here's the thing. I can't not look at those fortune tellers as an avenue for potential success. I don't know. We got a special spewer. Is that the first pill we've taken? I'm not mad. We got 2 cents out of blowing up 3 slot machines. Okay, well, do it like that then. Emperor. Well, it's the mom fight. Screwed that one up, something fierce right out the get-go. I'm assuming urine creep, which is... haven't been called that since high school, but I'm assuming it's more damage, but like substantially lower range. Oh, the cannon. Please. Deal with the devil gods. Witness me! Okay. We need the Polaroid, of course. Sacred Heart. I have no idea if this is any good for us, because it also halved our rate of fire, but it gave us triple the damage, so sure. And the shots, I guess, are homing now. Why do this? Well, it might sound ridiculous. It might be ridiculous. But I thought to myself, maybe this is a decent opportunity for you to test your run. Perhaps it's better than it looks. Would I say that that worked out? No, not really. But hey, it definitely makes our flies better. There's no question there. Curse of the Labyrinth. Well, this is very interesting. Oh, geez. I'm most of the time I'm kind of I'm both ambivalent and indifferent to a Curse of the XL down here. That's definitely not the case right now. Well, it is the case, but like with much higher stakes. I'm happier that the floor should be shorter. I'm displeased we'll only have one more crack at a deal with the devil. But I'm happier that, by and large, this means we'll probably be able to do less rooms. Or we'll probably be forced to do less rooms, would be a better way to describe it. I don't know. For the first time in a while, I'm actually giving myself a little bit of hope. And I know it might seem disingenuous, but for real, Sacred Heart does not save the run. If you're watching, you're like, he's got Sacred Heart. Why is he complaining? It's because of the stats. You can look at the stats. They're right there on the screen. You know what the problem with 1.79 damage, even with 2 rate of fire is. It's still not that good. Especially with 3 HP. So, you know, we're still scrounging. And these are the bad rooms, by the way. Rooms where we can tell from far away where enemies are going. Not a problem, really. These are the bad ones. Should have remembered that there is the portal in the center. That would have changed the way I approached this room. Thank God. Okay, we're building it back, baby. Give me an Emperor card, you cowards. I've deserved it. It's the boss fight. So this is a bit of a harrowing room. Flies are gonna get him. Bit of a harrowing room in advance of the boss fight. We've made it happen. 2 bosses, remember? Sister Vis, what's your price for flight? Oh, he got me. He got me twice. What on earth are we gonna do about that? Get HP. You had to do it. I knew it. We all knew it. It had to be done, right? You had to give me the choice that I've been waiting the whole game for. But is it a lesson that we should stick with our principles? Or is it a lesson that you gotta change, you know, the conditions of the run as time goes on? Nobody knows, right? Well, we have to take HP. The only other alternative is you take strength and hope you get HP from the boss. We have to take HP. I hate it, but it's gotta be done. So we're only going to pop... Let's go. We're only going to pop strength if we get hit. I would love to pop it instead, no matter what. That's not going to be conducive to good chances for victory, so we're not going to do that. We've made it. It's so hard, dude. Okay. We're sticking it out. No vanity either. Had to be pretty quick on that room. I will be honest with you, by the way. If we didn't get Sacred Heart, we would probably be dead by now. It's just lucky dodges, good dodges, whatever you want to call them. Sheer force of will. Staying alive. Staying alive. Staying alive. I demand red hearts to be dropped. Get out of here, you unvirtuous so-and-sos. We have to pop strength. Has to be done. Very glad we did it. No HP, but a Steam sale. Mark my words. Missing the red candle there, I thought that was our death. It was a tough shot. Oh my god, it's an enemy who provides us with a semblance of health points under the right conditions. For now, just trying to stay in like an unhittable location. Beautiful play, and I don't want to say anything just yet, but Bloody Penny plus Sackboy plus the Spirit Heart necessary to keep us alive temporarily. And please, if you're gonna say, oh, carry, luck, shut your mouth, okay? Have you been watching this run? Who's been carried? Who's been carried this whole time? Did you see some of these dodges? Now, in the end, it would behoove us to not get overconfident. We've had a minor victory. Fairly plausible for us to imagine being able to stabilize our health a little bit. But we got a long way to go. What we have now is just the faintest glimmer of hope, as opposed to what we've had for most of the run, which has been, you know, breathlessly trying to just outrun disaster. Every room being its own unique puzzle box of torture. At this point, nothing would satisfy me more than being, like, just imagining the feeling of my head. Of being on the chest. No thank you. And recognizing that Blue Baby can't kill us. Just thinking about the mathematical certainty. You know, we got enough HP to guarantee permanent Polaroid invincibility multiple times. You know, I decided I don't really like this room, so I'm gonna leave it. But first, I'm gonna blow it up because you can actually feed us. Thank you. I am gonna take one anyway. And the luck upgrade, I have to assume it's only gonna make things easier in the future. Wow. Don't forget to use red candle. You know, there's still, like, an unbelievable efficacy there. Now, we're not on the fight yet, but now we are. It's Isaac. How do you kill Isaac? Well, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked. That's not a good bomb. Speaking of which, though, use bombs. It's a pretty sensible way to handle things. I just want to be at the half-heart interval. Okay, never mind. What I meant to say was, F me! Yeah, I will go for it, I think. How do we beat Isaac? Throwing the occasional homing bomb in strikes me as being pretty sensible and useful. I'm making an effort not to make an effort to use little Spewer, because I think that using that purposefully is rife with backfire potential. He teleported out of oblivion. How dare you? Okay, now we just have Isaac. Just Isaac should be easy. He's gonna live his life in intervals. Being off-screen, and alternatively, being hit by red candle and then teleporting off-screen. That was a bad red candle. We'll have to do some dodges. Okay. Well, dude, when Isaac wants you to work for it, it's gonna make you work for it, okay? And here we are on the chest, having put in 1.5 times a day's honest effort. Good. Little Chad, it's the most welcome time I've ever seen it. I have no idea what to think about experimental treatment, except to say I will definitely pick it up if we get another syringe, because we're 2 away from spawn. If we don't get another syringe, dare I say that I'm kind of happy to be where we're at right now. Will I take lard? Yes. Rune bag. Also, I mean, you know, when you're in a tight spot, rune bag is one of the best items you can get. What's worth more? A consumable or an item? Well, what if the item is alges? What if the consumable's alges, I mean to say? What if you're on 1 HP? You know, would you rather have a damage upgrade or invincibility for 45 seconds? You know, would a dying man in the desert rather have $1 billion or a drink of water? Don't be silly, a drink of water is not worth $1 billion. Yeah. Unless it's the only thing keeping you alive. But then he could pass on the wealth to his ancestors and... Okay, sure. Fair enough, alright? Not every metaphor is going to be perfect right out of the gate. Have mercy, please? Lard was a good pickup. 1.1 speed isn't even that bad. Oh my god, the boss fight was right here. It's the gauze? I think we just do the fight. Just do the fight. Oh, that was my bad. Let the flies get in there. You know, let Red Candle do what it does best. You know how it goes. Definitely putting on display that this fight can be tougher than Isaac. Normally we're like, it's the same. But normally our runs are, I don't know, 5 or 6 times as strong by the time we get down here. Diablo 2 indeed. To you as well, Matthias. We're going to win. That was my bad. Dead Bird is kicking it, doing what it can do. Much respect. Everybody has to do their part on a run like this. And look at that. Oh. From the jaws of oblivion. A victory that keeps the streak alive. For now, thanks for watching. And now we can laugh about that blank card, question card play. Oh! If you enjoyed the episode, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya!